Hello everyone and welcome to this edition of the Cheap Meal Draft Review presented by Deep Fried Draft. My name is Brian Bosarge. Today we're going to talk about the Baltimore Ravens and how their draft went. The Ravens at pick 16 went to the Ozzie Newsome Alabama connection and drafted Crimson Tide cornerback Marlon Humphrey. I had Humphrey rated just outside the first round area, but he's a long physical corner, but has some mechanical issues. The corner position he's going to need to work on. In the second round, the Ravens went with an edge rusher from Houston, a guy who's been rising since the Senior Bowl, Tyus Bowser. Bowser has played linebacker most of his career at Houston, but he showed at the Senior Bowl he can definitely cover down the field, carry a running back down the field in coverage, and he can definitely get to the pass rusher. The Ravens stayed on the defensive line with Chris Wormley from Michigan, another Senior Bowl player. Wormley will probably play 3 technique or possibly even 5 technique for the Ravens on their defensive front. He has some pass rush ability, but definitely should aid in the run from the get-go. Another pick in the third round, Ravens take a chance on Alabama pass rusher Tim Williams, a guy who I had as the 14th overall player in the draft. Ravens get him at pick 78. Williams has some off-field concerns, probably some injury concerns as well, but definitely great value here in the third round for Tim Williams. If his head's in it, definitely going to be a good pick for the Ravens. Fourth round, pick 122. They get one of the best run blocking offensive linemen in the draft with San Diego State's Nico Siragusa, a guy who I had rated 59th on my board going in. Another offensive guard prospect that could possibly even play right tackle for the Ravens is Texas A&M's Jermaine Illuminor, a British transplant to the United States. Definitely has high upside for the Ravens going forward. In the 6th round, they picked Chuck Clark, guy who safety from Virginia Tech, guy didn't have a draftable grade on, but could possibly help special teams. Ravens finished the draft with a total value of -23, -3 average value. That was good for 7th in the league total value, 8th in average value, but in the money rounds, the first 3 rounds, the Ravens number 2 in the league. On the money value. So good drafting there by Ozzie Newsome and his crew. They hit their needs and got good value in doing it. Some undrafted free agents they brought in. I really like Taquan Mizell. I liked him as a late round guy, but he definitely presents some pass game help, and he's a big play back. Quincy Adeboisio, receiver from Ole Miss, 6'3", 197, not dissimilar from the guy the Bengals drafted last year, Cody Core. They also brought in a couple of quarterbacks, one on a tryout, Mitch Leidner from Minnesota, the other Zach Terrell from Western Michigan. It's going to be a long shot for either one of them to make the Ravens roster. But overall, like I said, I thought this was a good draft for the Ravens. It's going to help them get younger on defense, something they sorely needed. That's going to do it. Next up, the Cincinnati Bengals. See you then.